Hello viewers, welcome again to today's lesson. This is the Solution Space, the platform where mathematics is made easy and simple for everyone to understand and enjoy. In this video, I want to treat a new topic with you, and that is change of subject. Change of subject. As you can see from the board, I've written change of subject on the board, and that is what I want to teach you in this video. And you can see that I have an example on the board that I want to solve with you. But before we proceed and solve the example that I have on the board, I'm going to do a quick explanation on what change of subject is so that we get a good foundation and understanding so that we can handle the example that I have on the board. So now, when we talk about change of subject, in simple terms, given any equation and you are being asked to make a particular variable the subject from that equation, what that means is that that variable that we are asking you to make the subject in that equation, it means that make it stand alone in that equation. And that is what we refer to as change of subject. Okay, so I'm going to repeat it one more time. So I said that in simple terms, when we talk about change of subject, given any equation and you are being asked to make a particular variable the subject from that equation, it means that that variable that we are asking you to make the subject in the equation, it means that make it stand alone in that equation. And what that means is that everything that is attached to that variable, we are going to move it away from that equation, okay, so that that variable can stand alone in the equation, and that is what we refer to as change of subject. I hope the explanation is clear enough. Let me reiterate it for the last time so that we'll proceed and handle the example that I have on the board. So now I'm saying that in simple terms, when you have any given equation and you are being asked to make a particular variable the subject from that equation, it means that that variable that you are talking about, make it stand alone in that equation. And with that, what it means is that everything that is attached to that particular variable, we are going to move it away so that that variable can stand alone in that equation. And that is what we refer to as change of subject. And I hope the explanation is clear enough now. So let's go ahead and solve the example that I have on the board. So example 1, it says make S the subject of the following. A, I have S plus Y equals Q. Okay, and B, I have A equals BS, and C, I have 2S plus 4 equals to T. So we are going to make S the subject from each of the equation given, okay, and I've explained to you that when we talk about making a particular variable the subject in a given equation, it means make that variable stand alone, okay, so everything that is attached to that particular variable, we are going to move it away so that that variable can stand alone in that given equation, and that is what we refer to as change of subject. Okay, so in this example, we are being asked to make S the subject in each of the equations. So it means that we are going to make S stand alone in each of these equations, and that is what we refer to as making S the subject. It means S is going to stand alone in each of the equations. Okay, and I hope the explanation is clear enough up to this point. So let's start with the A. So I'm going to write my solution and we are going to do it together. So the A, I have S plus Y equals to Q. So to make S the subject, and that means that I'm going to make S stand alone in this equation. So everything that is attached to S, I'm going to move it away so that S can stand alone in the given equation. So now, what is attached to the S here is the positive Y. So this positive Y, I have to move it away. Okay, so how I'll make it move, how I'm going to move the positive Y away is that I'm going to make it cross the equal sign, okay, so that the S can stand alone here. So I'm going to repeat the S, which is here, then I'll bring my equal to the Q, which is here, and the positive Y will cross the equal sign to go and join the Q here so that S can stand alone in this equation, and that is me making S the subject. So when this positive Y comes here, it's going to be negative Y. Okay, we've treated linear equation and I've explained these basic things to you, that when anything crosses the equal sign, the sign it has changes. Okay, so it is positive y here. When it crosses the equal sign, it comes here, it becomes negative y. Okay, so we have our s equals to k minus y, and this is our final answer. So we've made s the subject. Okay, so you can see that s is standing alone in this equation, and that is the answer. Okay, so s equals k minus y, so that is we making s the subject in this equation, and that is the final answer. We've made s to stand alone. Please, I hope the explanation is clear enough. Now let's handle the b as well. So the b, I have a equals bs. Okay, so let's do it together. A equals bs. Okay, so now we have a equals bs. We are to make s the subject in this equation, meaning that s should stand alone. Okay, so whatever is attached to s, we are going to move it away. Okay, so now in this equation, what is attached to s is the b, and the b is multiplying the s. Okay, so for b to multiply the s, for us to make the s stand alone, we are going to divide through the equation by what is attached to the s, multiplying it, which is the b. Okay, we did this under the linear equation. Okay, so now this is bs. Okay, so the b is multiplying the s. We want to make s stand alone, and for us to do that, because the b is multiplying the s, for us to make s stand alone, we are going to divide through the equation by the coefficient of the b and the coefficient of the s. Okay, so the coefficient of the s is 10. Okay, because it is the s that we are making the subject. Okay, so the coefficient of the s is the b, so we are going to divide through the equation by b so that the s can stand alone. Okay, so I'm going to divide here by b and here also by b, so that this b and this b can cancel. So I have my a over b equals to s. Okay, so you can see that s is standing alone in this equation, and that is the answer. Okay, for making s the subject. So a over b equals to s, it means that our s equals to a over b, and that is our final answer. So s is equal to a over b is the answer for making s the subject from this given equation, which is the a equals bs, and I hope the explanation is clear enough. Now let's go ahead and do the c. Okay, which is the last one. We have 2s plus 4 equals t. Okay, so I'm going to write down my solution and follow, and let's do it together. So I have 2s plus 4 equals t. We are making s the subject. Okay, so it means we are to make s stand alone in this given equation. So everything that is attached to s, we are going to move it away. Okay, so now we have 4 attached to the s. Okay, and we have 2 also multiplying the s. Okay, so now the first thing to do is that we are going to move this 4 away first. Okay, then afterwards we'll look at what we are going to do to move the 2 also away from the s. Okay, so I'm going to repeat my 2s, which is here, and this positive 4, I'm going to let it cross the equal sign to go and join the t. Okay, don't forget, we say that making s the subject from this equation means we have to make s stand alone. So everything that is attached to s, we are going to move it away. Okay, so the first thing to move away here is this positive 4. So it is positive 4, let's cross the equal sign to go and join the t. Okay, so it will be 2s equals to t minus 4, because it's positive here. When it crosses the equal sign, it becomes negative. Okay, so now we have to now get rid of this 2 multiplying the s. Okay, and since the 2 is multiplying the s, for us to get the s to stand alone, we divide through the equation by the coefficient of the s, and the coefficient of the s is this 2. Okay, so I'm going to divide here by 2 and this also by 2. Okay, so that this 2 and this 2 can cancel. Then we have our s equals t minus 4 all over 2, and this is our final answer for making s the subject of this equation, which is 2s plus 4 equals to t. Okay, you can see that s is standing alone from this equation. Okay, so we've made s the subject, so our answer is s equals t minus 4 all over 2. Okay, and now most students make this mistake a lot, so I want to point it out to you so that you don't make that mistake. Okay, so now someone will think of simplifying this 2 and this 4. No, you can't do that. Okay, you cannot simplify this 2 and the 4 which is here. If you do that, it is wrong. Okay, why? Because it is a negative sign which is between them. Okay, when it is a negative or a positive sign in between the 2 variables or the 2 terms, you cannot do a simplification like this. Okay, simplifying this 2 and the 4, you cannot do that. If you do that, it is wrong. Unless they are multiplying, okay, then you can do that simplification. If we had this 4 and a t multiplying, then we could have done that simplification, but it is a negative sign which is here, so you cannot cancel this 2 and the 4. Okay, so your final answer is this. Okay, s is equal to t minus 4 all over 2, and I hope the explanation was clear enough. Please don't forget to like the video and also share the video as well. If you are watching for the first time, please do well to follow the page as well. See you again in another video whilst we solve more questions on this. Bye bye.